there! So, one of you requested that I recreate Selena's makeup at the VMAs, and I thought that that's a great idea, so this is my version of her look. A warm brown smoky eye, basically. And yeah, if you want to see how I did it, it's coming up. The eye makeup is pretty intense, it's basically a smoky eye, so I'm gonna start with my eyes today to avoid any fallout on my face. And I'm gonna start by priming the lids with the Shadow Insurance eyeshadow primer from Too Faced. Tiny bit of that, spreading it evenly on my lids. And I'm also gonna apply it on my lower lid. And I'm gonna let this sit for a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, today I'm gonna be using the Soft Glam palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Because it has these warm tone browns that resemble Selena's look, it's definitely more of a warm tone smoky eye, and I think I have the perfect shades in this palette. I have sienna here, burnt orange works as well. I'm gonna start with a little bit of a transition shade, and I'm gonna go for burnt orange. Actually, I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of orange soda, and I'm using a Morphe M507. I'm starting the application from my outer corner, blending it into my crease, bringing it all the way to the inner portion of my crease, but at this point I don't have much product on the brush, so the majority of the product stays on the outer corner. I picked up a little bit more product and I'm applying it on the lower lash line as well. I'm extending it towards my temples. I need to intensify this a little bit, so I think I'm gonna go with rustic mixed with a little bit of sienna to warm it up. And I'm applying this mixture by tapping only on the outer corner of my lid. I think I nailed this shade. Just using the leftover on my lower lash line, not picking up any more product. I'm fading it into the transition shade with little circular motions. I'm very softly blending it. I'm barely touching my skin with the brush. And I'm using my previous brush with no additional product on it, and I'm blending a little more. Actually, I'm going back to the first brush and I'm picking up the transition again because I want to apply it all over my lid, so in the inner portion of my lid as well as the center of my lid. I realized that I have to darken this a little bit more. Okay, time to darken things even more. I'm gonna mix Cyprus Umber with Sienna again. So again, I'm looking for a dark brown, but with a warm tone. And I'm using another Morphe M506. I have two of these because it's really useful. And again, stamping it on the outer corner of the eye. And the leftover is gonna go on my lower lash line. Just a little bit. I barely have any product on my brush at the moment. And I am gently fading it into the other shades. And I'm using my previous brush again and blending a little bit more. This is how I do smoky eyes. I jump back and forth between my brushes to create a nice transition between the shades. Okay, let's deepen the lash line a little bit. I have this tattoo liner pencil from Maybelline in the shade Smooth Walnut. I want to apply it underneath my lashes, so right here. And a bit at the base of my lashes in my outer corner. And then I will use an angled brush to kind of smudge it a bit. I just want my lash line to be defined but diffuse, blended. For my waterline, I noticed that she has a pumpkin shade pencil. I don't have that, but I have kind of a red one. It's the Glide Liner from Sephora Collection in the shade Red Berry. I won't apply the brown because that might be a little bit too dark, but I need a bit of color on the waterline and again a little bit of definition. So I think this will go great, but we'll see. And I think from my collection it's what resembles hers the most. I think I'm gonna leave it like this for now. I want to apply some mascara. I'm using the Maybelline Falsies Surreal. There are cats fighting outside, so if you hear weird noises, those are cats. And today I'm gonna apply false lashes. I hate applying false lashes, but she has false lashes in her look. And I think it would add a little bit of drama to the look, even though I do have naturally long lashes. But that volume and density, I guess, from the false lashes. I think they would transform this look. Plus it will resemble hers a little bit more, I think. I will be using the Ardell Lift Effect 741, but I will apply them off camera because I can't do it on camera. Applying false lashes is torture to me. So I'll be back. But it seems like filming in the evening is not really working for me. I took a dinner break, but now I'm ready to do my face makeup. I'm gonna start with the Reboot foundation from Makeup Forever, just to cancel out any discoloration. And this has a pretty light coverage. And I will be using a beauty sponge to blend it in. I'm gonna bring it down towards my neck in this jawline area. I'm gonna be applying a little bit of the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser in the shade Neutralizer. I'm concentrating it in the inner portion of my under eye. And I don't know why I have spots on my nose. Kind of weird. But anyway, I'm applying a little bit on my nose as well. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I will be using the same sponge that I used to blend in my foundation. And I'm gonna be really careful around the eyeshadow, not to go over it too much, but I can use this step to kind of clean it up a little bit and kind of lift this outer corner, so I'm cleaning up underneath the eyeshadow. I need to set this so it doesn't crease, and I'm using a little bit of my Peach Perfect powder from Too Faced. Just on my under eye area, I'm using an eyeshadow blending brush to stamp the powder in this hard to reach area. I like this so much more than using a big fluffy powder brush. Finishing up the eyes with a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes. And now there is a dog that won't stop barking. Only one. Who are you barking at? Nobody's responding. Anyway, back to Selena's makeup. I noticed that she has a pretty neutral contour slash bronzer, so it's not too cool toned, as in like a contour powder, or too orangey of a bronzer. So I'm gonna use the Hoola bronzer from Benefit. I feel like this resembles hers the most. And I'm starting at the top of my ear, tapping it and bringing it down towards the center of my face. I'm using tapping motions because I did not set this area and I don't want it to cling to the foundation and look patchy. Applying a bit underneath my jawline to define it. A little bit of the leftover underneath my nose. Especially with a warm-toned eyeshadow look like this, I like taking the bronzer and extending my eyeshadow towards my temples, kind of connecting the face makeup to the eye makeup. So right here, and this really lifts the outer corner of the eye visually as well. I will go for a subtle blush. I'm using the Clarins Joli blush in the shade 2. This is a sample. Stamping it a little above the bronzer, and I'm using a Sigma F10 blush brush. In some of the close-ups on her face, I noticed some glitter in the inner corner as well as on the face, like in the highlighting on the cheekbone right here. So I'm gonna use the Fenty Diamond Bomb in the shade How Many Carats, and I'll pick it up on a little flat brush to apply it in my inner corner. This is just glitter, it doesn't have a colored base. It's white glitter with a clear base basically. And I'll pick it up with my finger and apply it on my cheekbone right here. And for my lips, there's this combo that I have in mind that I think it resembles hers. I'm gonna line my lips with the L'Oreal lip pencil in the shade Sen Sunset. It's warm toned, orangey, but leaning a bit nude. applying it into the outer corners, kind of fading it a bit. Should I use something darker as well? I will add just a tiny bit more definition in the center with a slightly darker pencil. I have this one from NYX Cosmetics, it's in the shade Nude Truffle. And I will just use it right here, in the center of my lip. Is this darker though? I don't know. I can't even tell if it shows up over the previous pencil. I'm gonna go for the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in the shade Pluralist. It's a light nude pink. I'm fading it into the other shades. Maybe I can add a little bit more of that NYX pencil. Close enough, I think. Well, this is my look, my version of Selena Gomez's makeup at the VMAs. I hope I came close to it, and if not, I hope you enjoy my version as well. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!